They may be bigger and bulkier, but they offer a tone of customizability and are incredibly satisfying to tap along on, whether you need a mechanical gaming keyboard or a typing keyboard. With that in mind, let's take a look at what you need to look out for in terms of specs when looking for the best mechanical keyboard. In this video, we will show you the 7 best mechanical keyboards you can buy. If you are a gadget lover and like to watch videos like this, then subscribe to this channel. Redragon K551N. A backlit, full-sized mechanical keyboard with cherry-like key switches for under $40. At first glance, you would either say that it is too good to be true, or that some serious corners were cut. Surprisingly though, the Redragon K551N is actually a very solid mechanical keyboard. Given its aluminum construction, it doesn't twist or flex, so it has a very solid feeling whether you need a mechanical gaming keyboard or a typing keyboard. The keys aren't true Cherry MX switches, but they do feel quite similar to Cherry MX green switches, so you'll get some very satisfying heavy clicks. Downsides? Well, those very clicky keys might be too loud for an office, and it doesn't come with a wrist rest if you're into that. Otherwise though, if you are on a budget, the Redragon K551N is a tremendous bargain, so we would definitely recommend it. This keyboard is cheap, but it has many good features. This is a full-size wired keyboard with 104 keys, Cherry MX green switch, and red LED backlight. Anyone with low budget can choose this keyboard. G.Skill KM360. Another outstanding bargain, the G.Skill KM360 manages to pack in enough premium features to keep things interesting, and even has genuine Cherry MX red switches. Linus Tech Tips actually called the G.Skill KM360 the last keyboard you'll ever need for $50, which is high praise indeed. It's a pretty minimalist look with the full white color, so it differs from the Redragon in that it doesn't scream gaming. It also has an aluminum backplate to help with rigidity. Those red switches do cost more than their Chinese counterparts though, so there were a few compromises to put the G.Skill KM360 all together. It's quite light at 685 grams, which you might not like if you want a keyboard that's guaranteed not to budge on your desk. It also doesn't have any dedicated media keys, which might be a deal breaker for some. All in all though, you get a heck of a good keyboard with the peace of mind of genuine Cherry MX red switches. Not bad for the price at all. The keyboard is wired. It offers a 10 keyless, 87 key wired or wired, MX red, in-key rollover, white backlit LED. If you are looking for a standard looking keyboard with amazing performance, then this keyboard is a good choice for you. Logitech K840. The Logitech K840 is more of a typing keyboard than a mechanical gaming keyboard, as it's primarily designed for quiet office use. Logitech's Romer G key switches are quiet, but still have an actuation point so you know when you've clicked. Some may find they are a bit too light, leading to unintended keystrokes. It has some strong build components, like an aluminum top plate, but the lettering on the keys is printed on, so they will most certainly fade over time. Additionally, for a keyboard designed for office use, it doesn't come with wrist support, which is odd. Not so odd is the lack of backlighting, as after all, you don't often work in a pitch black office. All in all though, if you are looking for quiet typing and you're light with your fingers, the Logitech K840 is a very solid choice. It may not be exciting, but it gets the job done. Ajaz AK510 Retro. If the Ajaz AK510 Retro looks like it's straight from the 80s, well, that's kind of the point. Looking very much like the original IBM keyboard that so many keyboard nerds lust after, it also endeavors to act like one too. You get the choice of Cherry MX blue equivalents or genuine Cherry MX reds, which, while an odd choice, is a welcome one, so you can choose quiet typing or that old school clickety-clackety typing experience. The AK510 isn't entirely retro, however, as it does have full RGB backlighting. The first keyboard on our list to offer it. Keep in mind though, you only get the RGB backlighting if you choose the blue equivalents. The red model does not have any backlighting. It is a weird full-size keyboard with 104 keys, so you can play any game with no latency. This keyboard also has a backlight, and you can choose any color you like because it has RGB backlighting. The look of this keyboard will be very subjective, but if you like it, you know the AK510 will be on your shortlist for the best mechanical keyboard. HyperX Alloy FPS Pro. If the brand HyperX doesn't sound familiar, its parent company Kingston should. Kingston is of course very well known as the world's largest independent maker of memory modules, so they have a good reputation for reliability. The HyperX Alloy FPS Pro is their foray into the 10 keyless gaming keyboard format, and as the name suggests, it has a steel frame to bring its weight up to almost 2 pounds, which is great for rigidity. While it's pretty slim on features, in a way that adds to the charm of the HyperX Alloy FPS Pro, it's simple, solid, inexpensive, and gives you just what you need at a great price. It doesn't even come bundled with software. It is a strict plug-and-play device. If you really want the full RGB experience with dedicated macro keys and media controls, you'll probably skip this one. But if you want a very solid keyboard with genuine Cherry MX switches, you'll definitely want to give the HyperX Alloy FPS Pro a good look. Keychron K2 Wireless. Heading into Mac territory now, the Keychron K2 Wireless can be used on both Mac and PC, as it comes with separate keycaps for each. The K2 Wireless's party trick is obvious. It has Bluetooth connectivity to connect wirelessly to your Mac or PC, or Android device. It also has a wired option if you don't want to rely on the K2's battery power alone. However, the built-in 4000 mAh battery should last you at least 10 hours with the LED backlights on. If you use a MacBook or iPad a lot, you might find typing is a bit cumbersome or even painful over time. Being a 75% layout with an absolutely minimal footprint that doesn't compromise keystroke comfort, you'll find that the K2 is an excellent option for comfortable mechanical typing on the go. In all of that portable glory are Gateron Blue Switch Cherry MX Blue equivalents, so you'll get a clicky, tactile response you'd never get from any Apple keyboard. Keep in mind that it might annoy the other patrons at Starbucks. If you're looking for a reasonably inexpensive wireless mechanical keyboard that can also be used on a Mac, look no further than the Keychron K2 Wireless. Durgod Taurus K320. If you don't live in Asia, or if you're not tech savvy to know what the best mechanical keyboard is, we don't blame you if you've never heard of the Durgod brand. They are not widely known in the Western markets. While the Taurus K320's case is plastic, it's very solid to the touch and weighs in at nearly 2 pounds for added heft. The keys themselves are double-shot PBT, which essentially means they are very solid and predictable to the touch, which could be used both as a gaming keyboard and a typing keyboard. Perhaps best of all, you can choose from 8 different genuine Cherry MX switch types, which provide terrific customizability for the price point. It does come with bundled software that, while simple and straightforward to work with, is in broken English, which is par for the course with most Chinese software. Yes, it's not a widely known brand, but it is a robust mechanical keyboard with a huge range of switches to choose from. If it's in your price range, take a second look at the Taurus K320. Mechanical keyboards were once a relic of the past, considered old, big, clunky things. In the last few years, however, they have made a huge comeback over their modern, slender counterparts. If you choose a keyboard from here, let us know which one you will buy.